Good morning, happy Monday, and welcome to the Monday Morning Pep Talk. In this week's installment, we're going to dig into I'm so angry. I realize our professional lives give us many opportunities to feel all of the feels. So we're going to start exploring some of those big feelings that show up at work. Let's first talk about anger. The inspiration for this week's pep talk came from a dear friend who was pissed off because they read that the new partner of $1 billion climate change fund had spent the majority of their career in big oil. They were infuriated at the hypocrisy that this seemed to represent. This is just one brand of work anger. What does your latest work anger look like? Were you passed over for a raise or a promotion? Are you having to work nights and weekends? Are you being mistreated by managers or coworkers? The causes of anger at work are infinite, but the feeling is typically very, very focused. So first, let's dig into the problem. There is a root cause to your specific anger. The problem is usually we see it as a feeling that needs to be expressed in a negative way. Yelling, fighting, criticizing, hitting, or whatever your preferred outlet is. Or on the other end of the spectrum, you believe it's something that needs to be hidden or tempered or relieved or somehow suppressed. So how do we approach anger in a more productive way? Rather than treat it as something that needs to be weaponized or suppressed, let's treat it as something that needs to be welcomed, understood, and even learned from. So let's get back to my friend who was angry about the new climate fund executive. What wisdom existed in that feeling? First off, their anger was coming from a very positive place. They cared deeply about the environment, and they were needing to see people in those positions who demonstrated a care for the environment, not someone who arguably extracted from the environment for much of their career. Next, they acknowledged that they were making a lot of assumptions about that person's intentions in their new role. They were assuming their disrespect of the environment might continue regardless of the new role that they were in. So finally, to use that awareness in a more productive way, they acknowledged that they could reach out to the person to better understand their entire career journey and their intentions in this new position. They could still be angry, but they could also be curious about what the person's future intentions could be. So how can we learn from my friend and apply some of this to our anger situations this week? First, start with identifying a situation in your life or work where anger has come up recently. Try to put yourself in that moment again and remember everything you can about the experience. Where were you? Who were you with? What could you see? What could you feel? What could you hear? Returning this moment might very well start to trigger that anger again. So next, see where the feeling is coming up in your body. Is it a tightness in your chest? Is it a clenching of your jaw? Is it a clenching of your fists? Becoming aware of how anger shows up in your body is an excellent early warning system. Once you become aware of it, you can be better prepared to focus it productively. Then ask yourself, what is the positive intent behind your anger? This usually takes the form of some need we have that is just not being met. For my friend, she was needing the environment to be protected. For you, it could be anger over a missed raise or promotion. In this case, you may have just been needing to be valued for your effort and commitment to the company. At the heart of our anger usually exists a positive or a protective intent. Finally, ask yourself, how can I make a request or do something to help me meet that unmet need that's causing this anger? For my friend, it was reaching out to the executive to better understand their journey and their true intentions moving forward. In the promotion or raise scenario, it could be asking your manager for clarity on why you didn't receive it and asking for guidance on how to better position yourself for it in the future. Start small here. Very big feelings often require a little more practice in doing this work. So, as always, show yourself some patience and compassion as you explore this. And as always, please don't hesitate to reach out if there's anything we can do to support you. We sincerely appreciate your time and attention this morning. Remember, we love you, we believe in you, and we're here for you. We hope you have a great rest of the week, and we'll see you all again next week.